We all started there, and unfortunately, not everyone escapes. When you're first learning to code, it's incredibly convenient to load up YouTube or Udemy and search up all the latest and greatest tutorials you can find. The problem comes when you realize you didn't retain a single thing from that video or book you just read. A mistake I see so many beginner programmers make is hopping from tutorial to tutorial, building out a trending 15-minute video worth of an application before jumping on to the next cool thing. Once you realize that the biggest demon in tutorial hell is that you're never allowed to fail. You're following somebody who has already failed for you, then gone through the effort of finding a solution. Failing is part of developing, both as a programmer and a person, and it's why what you do next matters the most. When you watch the tutorial, you need to expand on it. So you watched a video on scraping data and making an API. Great, now add on to that. Build out a front end, build it into a Discord bot, turn it into an automated call center and ring up the entire United States daily. Maybe don't do that last part. Now, I know what you're going to say. If I knew how to do that, I wouldn't need the tutorials. That's wrong. I've been a professional developer for years now, and I still watch or read tutorials frequently, but what I don't do is stop when the video ends. If you've been studying for a month or so and can understand things like loops or conditionals, it's time to build. Take that initial idea and bust it out into something you find enjoyable. When you're coding on your own time, you get to do that. Make every project fun and stress-free. I've seen so many others leap from trendy tutorial to trendy tutorial, going from TypeScript to Kubernetes to Rust, without retaining any of them because they're not really interested in them. Software development is an endlessly deep field, and as a beginner, it can be difficult to know what to focus on, so I'll make it easy. Focus on what you enjoy. Like it or not, true mastery comes from repetition, struggle, and in painfully small increments. Like a sushi chef that did nothing but cook the rice for years before he was allowed to move on to the fish. You have to learn to break things down into small steps and how or why each part of an application exists. Pick the language you find the most enjoyable and just start using those tutorials as a springboard to make things you enjoy. When I started out, that was Lua mods for video games like Garry's Mod or SQL entries into private WoW servers. I wrote absolutely horrendous code, but little by little, I learned how to solve problems when I encountered them. I was only able to put in these countless hours because I loved seeing my creations come to life and entertain others. If you're still feeling overwhelmed, ask yourself, what is an application? A front end? A back end? And usually a database, but you need to drill even deeper than that. Take YouTube's homepage, for example. We have a sidebar filled with links, buttons to filter out our videos, and of course, the endless stream of thumbnails presented to us. Take that piece by piece. Each thing is a small project of its own. Start by trying to build out the sidebar. Google your way there. Fight through the errors or the horrors of beginning to learn CSS. Once it's looking nice, try making the links go somewhere. Keep taking things chunk by chunk, hitting a roadblock and moving through it. Don't stop for a moment and worry about if you're doing things perfectly or optimally. Just get it working. Do it enough times, and you'll start to build a deep understanding that will allow you to escape from tutorial hell and ascend to tutorial heaven, where each course you follow only serves as a springboard towards your next great application.